they always have something hidden. And I think that was me as an actor trying to sort of explain that I too had something hidden, and that was the sadness to do with the loss of my father and my stepfather, who were extraordinarily killed in exactly the same way.
Hey, hey, it's Jim Alexander with Real Talker.
Hello.
Kristin,
Hello.
you look cozy. I like it. Very cozy where you're at.
I'm very comfortable here, my English
Yeah,
environment. Yeah.
there you go. It feels like right out of the movie too. So you, you had me until the very credits. I'm like, well, this is a unique story, and then I find out like in dedication, I'm like, wait, what? Everything I had to reprogram everything I watched because I didn't think this was real in a sense. I thought it was just like a unique story about a family. So,
Yeah.
Krista, my question is, at what point? How long was this in the making, and at what point? Was this the right time to tell this story for you personally? Like, how long has it been marinating for you, and why do you feel now is this time?
I think that the story has marinated my entire life. My professional life, certainly, because I've always played these characters, and I've been, successful with it. Playing characters who have a sort of secret, who have something unsaid going on, who have a secret sadness, whether it's Fiona in Four Weddings and a Funeral, or Catherine Clifton in The English Patient, or, they always have something hidden. And I think that was me as an actor trying to sort of explain that I too had something hidden, and that was the sadness to do with the loss of my father and my stepfather, who were extraordinarily killed in exactly the same way. They were both pilots in the Navy. They both had the same Christian name, and they were killed within 6 years of each other. And I was 5 when my dad died and 11 when my stepdad died. And I wanted to make all my professional life in profiles about me. We always have a paragraph or two about my so-called tragic childhood. Well, I've never really considered my childhood to be tragic. I knew that some pretty dreadful things had happened, and I wanted to try and explain that a bit better on my terms, and that it's not a story that other people should tell, but I should tell it. And it's taken me this long to kind of get there, but I've done it now.
You have. What has been the family reaction? I'm curious. What have you heard? Or what have you? I'm sure you had like a screening.
I
What
think
family was?
everyone's very moved by it because
Yeah.
because it's a very moving story. So yeah, they're very moved. My mother was absolutely terrified. She said, "Darling, darling, don't call it my mother's wedding. It wasn't originally called my mother's wedding. It was called something else. And don't call it. Everyone will think it's about me." I said, "Mum, it's really not about you." So basically, the character that I play, the mother, is a kind of ideal of mine. I would, if I would like to think I'm a mother like that. I don't think I am, but there's something really kind of positive and driving about her, and I really love her energy. I think she's great. I really love Diana.
It is. She's sort of a firecracker in a lot
Yeah,
of ways.
yeah.
Uh, another thing, who from these people, real life people in a sense, and in characters we see, is there someone you specifically admire the most throughout your life that we see, whoever that might be? Because I think there's a lot of admirable people we see in this film and your story, but is someone you really kind of hold close to heart that you specifically sort of admire?
I really, really, really like the character of Jeff, the husband.
Me
Um,
too.
there's one moment that breaks my heart because it's so generous when he sees that the character played by Scarlett is struggling, and he understands immediately, and he says, "Looking after your mother, that's my job now." And that just, oh, it makes my heart sing every time.
Yes, I thought he was the sort of the glue of the family, the new glue of
Yeah,
the family. That's what
yeah,
I
yeah,
picked. I'm like, I admire this man because he comes into this family that has a lot of stuff going on over years, and he just completely accepts them
yeah,
unconditionally. And I thought that was really beautiful for someone
yeah,
somewhere sort of from the outside to do that.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
looking back at this experience now, what did you learn something? Did you take away something new that you learned from this whole thing, whether about your family or a new perspective that you didn't have prior sort of going through this process?
Not really, because I mean, as I said earlier, the crux of it are these childhood memories of mine that were very, very specific and haven't changed for years. And the fact that I remember things like this and my siblings will remember it completely differently, or not at all, mostly not at all because they were so little. But so not really, because as I said, I've sort of examined all that for a very long time, and it is so much a sort of basis for so much of my work. That no, I didn't really. No, there was nothing particularly new and undiscovered that was revealed during the filming. However, I did discover about myself. I discovered something quite interesting. Is that I discovered that I needed everybody's permission the whole time. And the first kind of 10 days was very difficult because people kept saying, what would you like? Oh, do you think I could, would you mind if I, and do you think I'd be able to, and I was really scared of asking for what I wanted. And I discovered since then that actually that's a very female trait, is that little girls learn to sort of apologize for asking. And I'm very, very guilty of that. So now I've changed my tune. Far more demanding.
Perfect. Hey, thank you for sharing your story. It was really an
Pleasure.
interesting perspective into your life. Well done. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Kristin.